afternoon, everyone. This is Jared with selfliquid.com, and tonight we're going to focus on Amazon. So, tomorrow after the bell, Amazon reports its fourth quarter earnings, and despite there being kind of a slew of bad news, um, over the last few months for Amazon, notably the split between Jeff Bezos and his wife, where I think the big question for a lot of investors and traders is how does the split affect, Bezos's share in Amazon? A story that kind of comes to mind is the Wynn Hotel or Wynn Casino. He or the owner of the Wynn Hotels and his wife split, and there was an ongoing kind of battle that lasted for years, where eventually they split shares, and I believe there was even a battle after that to dispute kind of voting rights and things like that. So I'm sure that's on the mind of a lot of investors with Amazon. The fact that it did cross the trillion-dollar threshold, has had to increase minimum wages due to pressure from workers and kind of bad PR. I still like Amazon long here in the short term. So what I'm looking at, so we've got a weekly chart pulled up, and what I'm looking at is a small move into this area right around 1766.48. You can see this white line here, the 34 exponential moving average, will act as resistance as well, so at 1741. So in this zone here is kind of what I'm expecting tomorrow from Amazon. Now, as we saw kind of later in the day, we got a big rally from the Fed. So that boosted stocks. And I think it'll be sort of just a short-term boost before the longer-term kind of hangover kicks in. And kind of what I mean is the Fed is still unloading their balance sheet. Something like $600 billion per quarter, I believe is right. Maybe that's not right, but uh, just a huge amount of um, their portfolio is being unloaded here, and they're not going to raise rate. They didn't raise rates this time around, but the rhetoric, at least what they discuss, is that they plan to continue to raise as we go forward. So that will continue to put downward pressure on stocks, and the dumping of the balance sheets, i.e., equities, is going to obviously put downside pressure primarily, I would assume, on tech. It's what drove the market higher, and I think we've nearly reached the top of this bounce. So with Amazon, like I said, reporting tomorrow, I'm anticipating a move up into around this area. So call it 1760, 650, 648. Um, I think this is where we'll end up tomorrow after earnings. And with the NASDAQ being so close to resistance as well, that last little boost from Amazon should get us into around 7,000. So if we look at this from just the daily perspective here, you'll see that this puts us at the top of the range from the second standard deviation band, this gold band here, and the 618 from the high to low swing. So to me, this looks like a really good spot for price to terminate. If nothing else, just chop. But going back as far as October, look how kind of this zone that we're now in, how price has acted. So within this zone, going back to October, fell into this area, retested at the 618 at 7,400, fell through, came back in, and really has just kind of chopped through it multiple times. So with Amazon, I'm looking for a move to right around, or excuse me, with the Nasdaq, I'm looking for a move right to around 7,000, and that's right in between kind of this area. So I have long QQQ calls. That's the Nasdaq ETF. So really, going in tomorrow, I'm expecting more bullish kind of activity from the market, and Amazon really will dictate kind of how long this lasts and if we do see a move into 7,000. Now, at 7,000, all bets are off. I would honestly be looking to kind of close positions there and potentially establish something like call credit spreads and things like Netflix or even Facebook, depending on how it's acting after its move today. So That's really all I've got for tonight, guys. I hope this helps. If you're enjoying the videos, please click the subscribe button. And I will be tuning in live tomorrow for the Amazon earnings, so come check that out. Take care.